Look, all I wanna do is make the city project.
What's good, everybody? It's Kerner from MMCXAMMO. What's up? Welcome to another vlog sesh. Just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit, share my story, and also give you some words of encouragement, because I feel like, what is the whole point of this team? What is the whole point of this whole fraternity that we've started? Is to get you guys back in the church. Let alone share some things about God that you may not didn't know. Then on top of that, to learn something about us, you know. So I'm gonna start off with my senior year in high school. A lot of things happened. My high school career was different, I would say. Had a lot of things going on, as you guys know, and he said in the last vlog. I am a football player. I do play in college. And I'm trying to figure out, you know, what's the best situation for me right now. But I am a football player currently. But I want to share my story and share my testimony with you guys. My senior year was my last year of high school and my last year of high school football. And I'm a fast forward, you know, past that. It was my last game in my senior year. And to me, you know, in everybody's eyes, I had a good senior year, but to me, I wanted to be spectacular. So, you know, throughout every game, I was asking God, I'm like, God, why am I not doing what I'm capable of doing? You know, I just could not understand. I'm like, God, please, you know, bless me. Give me, I've shown it in practice. I would score a bunch of touchdowns. I mean, when it came to games, I did score, guys. I had a very successful season. But it's not where my caliber, how I wanted it to be. And it was my senior year, and me and my dad, he's a pastor, just passed away 2 years ago. We'll get to that. But you know, me and God were going back and forth, and I was just asking the Lord, please, God, you know, help me. I want to succeed. And I did score, and I remember in my touchdown, I heard somebody speak. I heard a voice speak to me. Why didn't you get on your knees and thank me? You know, because people were pumping me up. Yeah, you scored. You did your thing, whatever. I wasn't getting all the honor to God. So I had to understand. And then it was my last game of my senior year. We're in the playoffs. We're playing a team in high school. I won't say the name for copyright reasons. But we played them, and I didn't get the ball, period. And it wasn't the coach's fault. I just didn't get the ball. I couldn't understand. I was like, what the heck is going on? Until I finally figured out I had to humble myself and figure out that I didn't give God all the glory until my last game of my senior year, which it was all over. We got blown out too. And I was changed. And, you know, fast paced that. I was talking to my dad, and he was like, son, are you ready? I'm like, ready for what? He was like, I might not be on this earth for very long, but it's time for you to grow up in the spirit. It's time for you to start reading your Bible more. It's time for you to take really big consideration for yourself and your spirit. And, you know, hell is real. We'll get to that. But you got to, you know, pick up your cross and walk. And I'm like, Dad, you know, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, Dad, why are you talking like that? And we were getting in arguments because it's like, why are you talking about like you're going to die? So 3 months past that, and he ended up having to go to the hospital. He's having severe back pain, but it had to do something with his heart. And fast forward past that, surgery went well, the bleeding had stopped, and me as a family, we're very religious, and me, Serve, and the whole squad, we're very religious, and we kept praying. I'm like, God, save my father, help him, Jesus. We don't want him to die. And I remember Servion's grandmother, after the bleeding stopped, she had prayed for me. And after that, I was just in my knees, I was just closing my eyes, I was just really trying to see God. And God had came up to me. No, God had spoke to me, and he said, Kermit, I've already saved your father. What are you worried about? It's now time for you to take up the mantle. Your mother is going to take your place, take your father's place. But I've got it. And I didn't understand it. But then my father passes away. And then soon my mother becomes a pastor. So this whole transition began to change. My whole life began to change. And I couldn't understand it. I was like, well, I didn't really want to be a pastor. I didn't really want to step into that kind of role because I've seen my parents go through, and it's tough. People don't understand being a pastor or being somebody in that authority. It's not easy. It really isn't. People just think, oh, you just go up there and preach, but it's much more than that. So throughout the whole summer, we're getting this business started, getting people together to be in the business and stuff like that. We got fought the whole entire summer. I mean, we really found out what we were made of. We went to youth services. Powerful stuff was going on. Prophecies were put on us that we were going to be successful. And it's so hard to see that when you're going through hell. It's so hard, to really reach out to God and say, like, I believe it, and because you can't see it and it's hard. But fast forward past that. What I'm saying is God began to change me for my good. I was full of myself. And it's okay to be confident in yourself because I still am in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you don't love yourself, if you don't love yourself, you don't love anything. You know what I mean? You got to love yourself first. And that's how I am, But, God began to change me from the good. My heart has changed. I had a big temper. God has changed that. And my whole motives and stuff like that, I just want to be a part of the church now. And I want to see God move in people's lives. And that's really the real reason why we started this group. Because I feel that so many people, go to church for many reasons. That very reason could be that, in my case, a family member died. And somebody that was really important to our family, my father was just that big, he was that dude in a lot of people's lives, And I was really mad at God too. I'm like, how could this happen? But then I had to really understand. I'm like, well, it was probably his time to go. 2, God wanted me to take a step in my life so that I can know him. Because my dad was always that person to pray for me. And I know you have somebody in your life that's always trying to get you to come to church. Always praying for you. When you're in trouble, hey, grandma, mom, dad, can you pray for me? That type of person. And I knew I had to take that step in God. And I knew that I had to seek him for my own. And it benefited. It really did. It changed me for the good. And, with me and Serve and the rest of the crew, God has really done things for us. And we're paying our tithes. And we're fluent in the community, fluent with the youth. And it's enjoyable. And we've been getting blessed. So, with that being said, don't let that steer you off from going to church. Go to church somewhere. Sit in the front. It doesn't even have to be Easter, Christmas, because I know that's when all you guys go. Don't be honest. You already know what you do. But go to church and just hear the word for yourself. Not because somebody invited you. Just go somewhere and really seek God and watch what he does. Also, don't be afraid. Because don't be afraid to clap your hands. Don't be afraid to be who you really are. Because I feel like people live double lives. You want to be Christian, but you want to be in the club. You want to be this. I'm like, man, pick one. Pick one, but realize that being a Christian, people don't even know the definition of being a Christian, is living that life. Living the life, I am a Christian, I love God. That's what it means. And I follow what he says. I follow the book.